got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so here's the tweet that's going mega viral on the internet right now. James O'Keefe writes, leaked phone call. LA Mayor Karen Bass preemptively defended Ghana trip despite local catastrophe. Quote, I'm missing 2 workdays, that's it. She also dropped a cryptic warning days before LA fires. Read in between the lines, hold tight, you will understand soon.
The situation is very dangerous, and I would never I will take the criticism before I do a publicity stunt. And frankly, a press conference at this point in time would just be publicity.
I think the neighbors, the property owners,
yeah,
and the residents. I mean, 41,000 people live within a square mile here.
Yeah.
2 families share a 1-bedroom apartment.
But they want to hear that something is going to be done.
They want to know it's recognized. Recognized.
Exactly. But if I have a choice between that and compromising something, I just have to go along with it. It's not my area of expertise. I want to make sure that you are safe. And hopefully you can read in between the lines. But I would just appreciate and it's hard for me to tell you this, but hold tight. You will understand soon.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And when I am able to talk, I will be happy to go into great detail.
Okay. And you've got me on the street, and you're welcome to call me at any time. I'll call you right back.
No problem. And just in terms of my trip, just so you know, I'm missing 2 workdays.
Okay.
That's it. And if President Biden extends me an invitation, I took it.
O'Keefe then adds some extra context here. He writes, just days before the fires erupted in the Los Angeles area, Bass issued a cryptic message to our source, advising them to read in between the lines and hold tight, you will understand soon, suggesting that she was aware of significant developments that would soon impact the city. Bass also acknowledged the growing dangers surrounding MacArthur Park. Quote, the situation is very dangerous, she said, citing security concerns. She remained adamant in her refusal to hold a press conference, stating, I will take the criticism before I do a publicity stunt. And frankly, a press conference at this point would just be publicity. Bass further explained her position, stating that if I had a choice between that and compromising something, I just have to go along with it. It's not my area of expertise, emphasizing her lack of qualifications to make informed decisions regarding the area. When the source emphasized the safety concerns of residents and property owners of MacArthur Park, noting that 41,000 people live within a square mile here, Bass maintained her stance, stating, but they want to hear something, that something is going to be done, making it clear that no action is currently being taken to address security risks. And now look, it's hard to really make some definitive conclusions here because we don't have the full context of the conversation, and obviously, as James O'Keefe stated, she was being quite cryptic in her messaging, but we can at least gather a couple things quite clearly, and I'd say it's some pretty damning stuff. Her dismissive attitude to 41,000 people being at risk, and another issue being brought up to her, the point that multiple families are living in individual homes, her response was quite telling. I have nothing for them and it's not my area of expertise. And all of this seems to fall in line with one concept that's becoming increasingly clear here. Karen Bass doesn't give a hoot. She seems to be playing the game, talking about publicity. Instead of getting off of her behind and engaging with these issues, she'd rather opt for the strategy of ignoring them and pretending like they don't exist. Because essentially she has nothing, she has no answers, no expertise, and no solutions to the city's problems. And this is the mayor of Los Angeles. She's more worried about looking bad than actually doing her damn job. The message I'm getting is she'd rather let her people suffer, let the city rot, let fires burn through neighborhoods, than admit the failures of her administration. And there you have it, the Democrat Party in a nutshell. They don't fit the Democrat Party in a nutshell. They don't fix anything. They don't actually govern. They just ride out the outrage cycle and keep cashing in taxpayer-funded paychecks. And digging a little bit further into the specifics here, they were talking about MacArthur Park, which, like every other park in Los Angeles, has been completely overrun with drugs and homeless encampments, something, by the way, that Karen Bass specifically promised to fix months prior. Let's first take a look at the park.
They're all smoking it, doing their whole little jibby.
If you have
their whole little jibby. Oh, bro's knocked out. Dang, he's on a tough one.
And we've got this headline from the Los Angeles Times: Langer's closing? Mayor Bass comes for lunch and vows to respond urgently to neighborhood problems. So last August, Mayor Karen Bass promised that she would act urgently. But now fast forward to the time of the wildfires, when the concern was mentioned to her in a phone call, she totally dismisses it. Nothing I can do. Why would I do a press conference if I can't actually offer anything of value? Well, you're the frickin' mayor of Los Angeles, and essentially what you're admitting is that you don't have the skill set to do your job, to tackle important issues, and so you'd rather just shove it all under the rug and hope that it's gonna all move away as the news cycle moves on, while you can take the opportunity that the Biden administration laid out for you, engaging in these high-profile diplomatic endeavors. It's unbelievable. Again, while it's hard to tell the actual direct context of what's going on in the phone call, there are little bits of it that seem to be totally in line with the story at large, that these Democrats are just useless. They're utterly useless. They're playing politics instead of doing their actual damn jobs. And the timing is what's so damning, because in that phone call, the LA mayor is essentially shrugging off the crises that her city's going through like it's just another minor inconvenience for her. And then what happens a few days later? LA goes up in flames. I mean, if this is how Karen Bass treats the drug and homelessness crisis, well then what was her attitude when the fire chief told her that they were understaffed, underfunded, didn't have the right protocols in place, didn't have the right infrastructure? Did she ignore them too? Did she dismiss the empty reservoirs, the failing fire hydrants, and just decide to take the criticism while people's homes burned to the ground because she didn't have any expertise in the area and therefore couldn't lead? How many other issues has she deliberately refused to address because she didn't want bad PR? How many emergency warnings have been ignored? It seems like there's a pattern that's being built here, and it all seems connected. It's a mindset that infects every level of democratic governance. This is how major blue cities seem to operate. Look at Chicago, New York, San Francisco. All of these cities going through similar problems, being run into the ground by the same type of incompetent, self-serving, weak politicians who care more about pandering to the ideological, dogmatic leftists than actually doing what needs to be done and addressing important issues. It's absolutely unbelievable. And there's a picture now, I think, that's been created that represents Karen Bass's leadership, or lack thereof. And it's a picture of absolute utter incompetence and disaster. There is absolutely no way she wins her re-election after this.